Hi guys, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you again another video tutorial for preparing your FL Studio in live stage playing. But let me remind you that this is already the second part of the tutorial. So for those of you who haven't watched the first part, before diving into this new one, please click the link in the description below to watch the first part of the tutorial. Okay, so without any further ado, let's proceed. So before anything else, let me tell you that we have here our virtual keyboard just for you to see which keys I am also typing for your easy reference and so that you can follow me easily throughout the video tutorial. Okay, now what we need here in FL Studio is just this channel rack. So this is the one showing in your screen right now. And by default, when opening an FL Studio, this automatically shows. But in cases that you cannot find this one, or you cannot, rather you cannot find this one, just click on this button here until it shows up again. Okay. Now remember as well, take note that all these things that you found here are called channels. So channel rack and these things are called channels. And before anything else, let's delete these existing channels first for you not to get confused in the process. Okay, so in order to delete, let's do it again. Just click and hold your mouse and drag it down, then click delete. Now it's deleted. Let's add an FVC channel. So for this example, let's add 3 FVC channels in total. Let's add another one and the last one. Let's delete this as well. Okay, now we have 3 channels, or to be exact, FVC channels. Now we need to assume that these channels or FVC channels are to be part of a song. Okay, to get what I mean, what I'm saying is that, for example, this first FVC will be the verse, and might as well that I rename it. Let's say verse. Let's say this second one is the chorus. This one will be the bridge. Okay. Okay, before anything else, remember that for each FVC channel, so if I click this, then this is what's inside of this channel. Remember that we only have a total of 16 pads. So these are the pads inside this channel. So for cases wherein you have many synth effects in a song, that means it will not fit all in here. So that's the reason why we are adding multiple channels to accommodate all the synth sounds. Although for some cases, in one song, you can already fit all the synth effects just in one channel. Okay? So let's cancel this one. Now, when you are already in live stage playing, in order to switch between these channels, you don't need to hold your mouse anymore. What you only need to do is just click this up and down arrow key on your keyboard just to switch between FVC channels. So I'll show you now. I'll click the up and down. See, it's now moving. So this is the indicator wherein you can find which channel rack is active. Okay, so whenever this one is highlighted, so that means this channel is the one that is active for the moment. Okay, now that ends the lesson for the channel rack and switching between different channels. Now, aside from the FVC channel, which we are commonly using in live stage playing, there is also one other kind of channel we will going to use and this is called the sampler channel. This is also usually used aside from FVC channel. So in order to do that, let's click this again and search for the sampler channel, this one here. Okay, now we have the sampler here. What we are going to do here is that we will now search for the MP3 pad that we have saved here in our folder. Then we will gonna also drag and drop this into this sampler directly. So it's kind of like similar process to what we did here in FVC channel, as you can see in the first part of the tutorial video. Okay, so for this case, we'll open a folder and search for a pad. So I have here a pad. Let's check first. I'm gonna use this Only Wanna Sing by Hillsong Young and Free, and this is the pad I'm going to use. This pad is also music which is in WAV format. You can also a format that is in MP3. Let's play first so that you can hear the sound. So that's how it sounds like. Now we're going to drag and drop this to the sampler channel in FL Studio. Okay, then release. Okay, now that it's here already. So as you can hear what the sounds like, by using this channel, it will add more atmospheric vibrance into the song. Okay, so in order to use this, just right click and open piano roll. Then once you're inside the piano roll, click on C5. We always use C5. Okay, now since this is like a background pad all throughout the song, we need to stretch this note all the way until we reach around 200 or 300. When I say 200 to 300, what I'm talking is these numbers here. You can see right now it's still around 10. So let's stretch more. Let's just extend this so that we can reach 300 in a while. So at the end of this video, just to tell you, don't need to worry how did I get this long pad or synth, because when I'm gonna make a tutorial for a specific song, I'm already going to give the synth patches as well. Okay, so as you can see, we are now around 223. So this is already around 200 to 300. So as a common rule of thumb, the reason why I stretch it all the way to these numbers, because when you are playing this as a background song, this will take you like around 3 to 5 minutes, because that's the usual duration of a song, right? But anyway, you can also experiment on your own while you are using this already. Okay, just click this X and it's already there. Now it's showing here. Now in order to play this, just press spacebar and it will now start playing. Okay, so might as well that we lower down the volume. Here's the volume. Okay, so while this is playing in the background, you can use the FVC channels at the same time, especially when you are already in live stage playing. See? better illustrate this, I have an example here that I have already made before. Let's just open that file. This is the same song, which is only wanna sing, and we're going to use this one. Just open this file, don't save, and let's wait for a moment to open the file. Now there's a pop-up, and what you need to do when this appears, just disregard, click X. Okay. So here we have multiple FPCs. For this song, I have already routed them and renamed them according to the parts of the song. Okay, and this one will be my background pad. So I have not yet placed a note here. So what I need to do is piano roll, then click C5. Okay, so luckily it's already reaching until 200 plus. Okay, now we're good to go. I'll just click spacebar. Just lower the volume. Then while it's playing in the background, I can already play the FPC pads as well. For example, let's play the verse. So that's the example sound that I have made. Okay, so that ends the lesson tutorial for the long pad. Next, we're gonna talk about the volume adjustment. So in the FL Studio, there are three main ways to adjust the volume depending on the purpose of the volume adjustment. Okay, so first we have the main volume. This is the main volume over here. So in this case, when you adjust this volume here, it will adjust generally all the volume that's inside in FL Studio. Okay, everything including all these channels here, it will adjust in one going. So as what it says, it's called the main volume. Okay, now the second type of volume are the channel volumes. So these are the channel volumes here. This is found at every channels, regardless what channel it is. Everything, each and every one of them have a volume here, volume adjuster here. Okay, so you can lower the volume or increase it. So as it says, it means that whenever you're adjusting a specific volume here, it will only affect to the specific channel. Now for the third one, we have a pad volume. These are volume adjustments found inside this FPC pad. So for example, if I click this sample FPC pad, okay, here it is. When I click every single pad here, for example this one, the side click, is the side click, which after clicking this will mean now that everything that's inside here belongs to this specific pad. So the volume is in here, okay, and also this one. There are two volumes here. It depends on you which one you are going to use. For example, this volume is not enough, then you can also use this one. So these two volumes will only affect for this specific pad. Then if you click if you click another pad, now this is now different volume adjustment, which is only specific for this pad. Okay, now that's basically it about the volume adjustment. But I just have an advice for you. When playing in live stage, you need to readjust the volume again, in contrast to the existing volumes that you have already arranged here when you are just listening via earphones or headsets. Because when you are already in live stage, especially when you are using amplifiers, speakers, or mixers, the sound sometimes might be louder than what you hear in headphone, or maybe lesser. So you need to readjust again when you are already playing live stage. So I suggest that when you have already a prepared preset for a certain song, you save it twice. The first saving is for the volumes for your practice session only, especially when you're just using headphones. And the other preset save is for the live stage playing. Okay, so you don't need to readjust and readjust again. Now, the next thing that we're gonna explore are the adjustable knobs found inside the FEC channels. Okay, so in this case, let's click this FPC channel. Then for example, let's click this pad. Now, as I've said, whenever you're clicking here anywhere, for example, I click this one, this means that these things you found here, these adjustable knobs in here, will be assigned to this specific pad only. Okay. Now I'm going to talk specifically only to these 4 knobs here you can see at the bottom of the FPC. Okay, this first knob is called attack, the second one is decay, the third one is sustain, the last one is release. So I'm just gonna talk a little about this one so you have an idea if you want to adjust your pads according to your likings. This will also add some small details or some small improvements into each pad. Okay, the attack is this one, so it's like when you are clicking this one, it means the sound is fading in. So when it's fading out, okay, I'm sorry. So let's say if this is set to 0, the moment I click this one, the sound immediately appears. But when it's in high, or let's say in max, the sound starts to fade in first the moment I click this one, so it doesn't come out right away. Okay, so next is the decay. I don't really see the effect of decay. Usually I just remain it at center at this kind of adjustment. I don't think if it really matters at this moment. Sustain, usually I make it at the max level. Sustain from the word itself, it will just prolong the sound whenever you're pressing the song or clicking. Because if it's set to 0, then the sound will be just quite short. See the difference? So just usually turn this to the max. And release is like it's like the after sound effect, which means if I set this to max, whenever I'm pressing a key, for example for this one, the sound after I release the note or key, the sound will not go off immediately. Okay, see, after I click this, the sound still remains lingering. There's like an echo after I'm clicking the sound. So in my usual adjustment, my settings here is like for attack, I usually keep it at 0, then decay at middle, sustain is max, and release is at max. So that's the common adjustment I use for almost all of the pads, but it depends sometimes I adjust this. And as I've also told you earlier, you don't have to worry anymore to adjust this again whenever I give you the patch because included in the patch will be also in FL Studio file already, wherein the pads are already prepared in terms of these buttons, so you don't have to worry. But I'm just teaching you this so that you have an idea in order to adjust some more additional details into the pads. And lastly, let's tackle about changing pitch. So it is one of the most important thing that you need to know here, because not all of the time that you will only be using one key. So it varies from person to person, whoever's gonna sing a specific song. It's like other person have different key from the other person. Okay, so what we need to do in order to change the key of the sound, we'll need to open this Edison editor. This is the Edison editor. Okay, now it's open. Oh, there's a wave file here. Let's delete this first. Let's extend it, then Control A, delete. Okay, now that it's empty, what we need to do is to drag and drop again the wave file that we have here in the folders. So for this case, in Wanna Sing, these are my wave files that are routed as well in the FPC. So let's just click anywhere. For example, the lead synth. I'll drag and drop this one to the Edison editor here inside, then release. Now what we need to do, you don't need to do anything here. What you just need is click this icon. Okay, then go to time stretch or pitch shift. Now this dialog box appear. There are many settings here, but there's only one button here or knob that we are going to use, which is mainly this one. Okay, you need only to focus on this one. The thing here is that we'll just need to adjust this pitch course here. As you can see, while I'm adjusting this one, the measurement shows here. Okay, notice when I'm going to adjust this one, there will be some kind of words that will be showing here. Okay, see, it shows here like +1 semitone or +2 semitones, and when I move backwards, I hold backwards, it says -1 semitone. Okay, so as a default, we're here at 0 semitone. Okay, so in order to change one key higher in the pitch of this sound, let's say for example at the meantime, in this one, for the song Only Wanna Sing, the key of this song is in key of G. So if we want it to raise, it one key higher, which it will now become G sharp, we'll just move this forward 1 semitone. Okay, now it's showing here it's 1 semitone. Okay, so it means that the key is now in G sharp. Now if we move again 2 semitones forward, now it will become key of A already. Okay, that's basic, right? So after you apply it, just click accept. Okay, for the meantime, let's change this to 1 semitone only. Okay, now it's changed already. What we need to do is just click here, play, so you can preview the sound. So that's how it sounds now. Then in order to the next step now will going to be the export process. We'll need to click export, click wave file. Now it opens up a folder pop-up. It means you will going to save as another MP3 or wave file in the location you want in your screen. Like say in this case, I will just save it to desktop. Let's say here, and let's say for example this is AP, for example only, ASKG, AP G sharp. I'll just rename it as like this, then save. Okay, now click start. You don't need to be worrying about these things you are seeing here. Just click start. Most of the time this will be just quick. I don't know why it's a bit long. So that's it. When you hear that sound, it's already there. So let's just check it. It's here, right? No, where is that? This one. So since it's already here, what you need to do again is route each one of these into the FPC channel again. So you need to go to the first part of the video tutorial, which is in the link description below, for you to know how to route this in FPC channel. Okay, so just delete what you need to do. You don't need to delete everything, but you can delete it individually here. For example, this one, just delete. You can delete through here. Okay, once it's deleted, you can drag and drop that sound again into this pad. Okay, so for tips, whenever you see white pads here, white colored pads, it means that the pad is still empty. When it's highlighted like this kind of orangey color, it means that a sound pad has already been routed here. Okay, so the only drawback in this kind of process is that you need to do the process all over again for each individual synth sounds or pads. Here you need to drag and drop this to Edison Editor, then change the pitch, then export. So every time you will repeat the process one by one. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut wherein you can just convert everything in one going into a different key. So that's how it works in changing the pitch in FL Studio. Now we're done here, and I think we have already covered all the basics in preparing our laptop and FL Studio software for live stage playing in worship services. Okay, so the next time we're gonna meet each other again, I'm gonna start posting synth tutorials for different songs. Okay, and for you to be notified and help me as well in doing continuous tutorials like this, please like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification button as well. Okay, so I usually do EDM songs, which are usually sung by Hillsong, Young and Free, Planetshakers, and other worship artists alike. You can also suggest songs in the comment section, and as always, I will try my best to make that sound effect and will also give you the synth patches after that. Thank you and bye bye.